Hi guys. November 8th, 2017. Here's something I thought I'd never do. An article from CNN Politics. Trump to become first foreign leader to dine in the Forbidden City since founding of modern China. This is by James Griffith of CNN. Donald Trump will receive an honor in Beijing not granted to any U.S. president since the founding of the People's Republic of China. An official dinner inside the Forbidden City. When Trump and his wife Melania land in the Chinese capital Wednesday, they will join President Xi Jinping and his wife for a tour of the Forbidden City, the historic palace that housed Chinese emperors and their families for almost 500 years. Trump is expected to dine with Xi inside the Jianfu Palace, although the exact location of the dinner hasn't been confirmed. The building dates back to the 18th century and was fully restored in 2005, making it one of the most well-preserved parts of the palace complex. Wherever he dines in the Forbidden City, Trump will be the first foreign leader to have an official dinner in the palace since the founding of the People's Republic in 1949. Dining in the Forbidden City will be a significant honor for Trump, in keeping with what China's ambassador to the U.S., Cui Tiankai, promised would be a state visit plus. The Chinese government know who they're dealing with, said Beijing-based historian Jeremiah Jenne. It's another in a long line of fairly shrewd moves by the Chinese government, and something Trump is going to be very impressed with. Originally constructed in the early 1400s, the Forbidden City is considered to be among the most important architectural and cultural monuments inside China. Designed to reflect the majesty of the emperor, the vast walled complex consists of over 90 palaces and courtyards of varying significance. The site is currently undergoing major renovations, and areas previously not accessible to the public are being opened up. I would have to note here that the majority of this article isn't focusing on, the special treatment of Trump. They did make a mention of it at least, but the most of it's all the backstory about the palace. But hey, you gotta give CNN guy who wrote this story at least a couple of small points for being at least mentioning it. Some of those spaces are incredibly opulent and done with a much greater level of detail than the public areas. I'm sure he's going to be in for quite a treat. Ming Wan, a professor of government and politics at George Mason University, said the Chinese will give Trump an exceptional reception. Essentially, they'll try to make Trump happy. That will work to China's advantage. During last year's election campaign, Trump was a significant critic of China, but since becoming president, and especially since meeting with President Xi in April, he's softened considerably, toning down his rhetoric, which once called for harsher trade and economic policies towards Beijing. Xi's going to treat Trump almost like an emperor, said Ming. Here to say about the China visit that Trump's visit to Beijing comes on the back of successful trips to Tokyo and Seoul, where he was lavished with praise by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and President Moon Jae-in. While both those leaders are key U.S. allies, Trump will be facing much more formidable task in China, where he will be hoping to get support from Xi for reining in North Korea's nuclear and missile programs, as well as trade issues. Ahead of leaving Seoul Wednesday, Trump tweeted he was very much looking forward to meeting with President Xi, who is just off his great political victory. It says here at a joint press conference with South Korea's Moon Tuesday, Trump emphasized how important China was to the North Korea issue, saying Xi has been very helpful. He says here, Trump says if we get China, if we get Russia, we think that things will happen, and they could happen very quickly, Trump added. What this article is actually, I didn't see anywhere in it where he took a swing at the president. He just reported the facts. So, like I said, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but fairly decent CNN article on Trump. Might want to go read out what was left out of here, but it won't make you mad enough to throw a boot through your TV.